You need a purpose. As soon as possible, you need one. And I say this because the devil makes work for idle hands. And as somebody who's not truly religious, I wouldn't say I'm not religious, say more so spiritual. It's very true. It's a very true saying, because when you wander your way through life without a proper purpose, without a goal, without a dream, you get caught up and do dumb stuff, dumb things. And unfortunately, a lot of us have to learn the hard way that for us to truly succeed in this world, we need to find something that, first of all, inspires us. That's very important, because if you're getting burnt out on something that you are doing that you want to do for the rest of your life within the early stages, probably isn't for you straight away. I'm not saying that won't change throughout time, but when you're chasing something you truly love, it needs to be a burning passion, a burning desire. And for me, over the past, say about decade, 12, 13 years, it's always been content creation. And it's only now that I'm figuring out that if I had done this a long time ago, I don't want to say I would have succeeded. I would have, but for the wrong reasons, as the wrong person, I would have graduated from success, and I wouldn't be happy with the person I would have become. But at the same time, I have to look at myself and be like, if I had gone towards doing content creation, or I had started to chase my purpose, chasing my dream at a young age, I'd be a lot better for it. And I hope that if you are somewhere between the ages of 13 to 26, or you know what, the age doesn't really matter. It really doesn't. I just believe that it's better to dig your feet in when you get the chance at a younger age, because it gives you more time to learn, more time to grow, and eventually, just from trial and error, you'll succeed so much more. So much more. So that's what I'm just trying to say here. When it comes to purpose, find it as young as you possibly can, and never let that fire die out. Never let it die out. Because once you lose that spark, it can be extremely hard to find it again. Now, I never believe, and I won't believe, that once you do lose your spark, it's gone forever. I think that's a lot of bollocks, to be quite honest. But I do understand from personal experience that once you lose yourself and you hit your rock bottom, or maybe you just fall off to a point where you just say, I can't do this anymore, I need to start ascending again, it can be hard to find yourself. It can be hard to reignite yourself and just get back after it. And I do believe that once you have some sort of a passion and you find somewhere where you feel accepted, not only by the people around you, I wouldn't even say that's a priority, but obviously it helps, but when you feel accepted by yourself to be able to chase these things, and you feel gratitude, you wake up in the morning and you're excited, that's when you know you have it. That right there is when you know you have it. And as somebody now who is waking up every day trying to better themselves and preparing for a mental warfare, to be quite honest, that's the way I'm taking it, because I don't want to go into this next chapter of my life not prepared. I have a purpose again. I have a big purpose, and it's the only thing that I'm solely focused on right now, just getting better for the trials and tribulations that are ahead of me. And I just think it's so important for the person who may be watching this right now that you need to find what gets you up in the morning. Because for a lot of us, it's not our job. It's not our 9 to 5. It's not our 12-hour shifts. It's not whatever we do. We do that to survive. You know, we don't have a choice when it comes to working. And if you don't work, you're not adding to society, in a sense. Now, I don't really believe that, but I believe that you have to play the game, and you have to play the cards that are dealt. And unfortunately, sometimes you get dealt pretty poor cards. They're not great. They're not going to in any way, shape or form enable us to be better people. But this game that we call life, sometimes you have to play the levels that you don't want to play. You have to do the things that you don't want to do. But because you're able to do those things, you'll be better for them, and you'll be stronger for them. As it's very easy to do the things that we want to do. It's very easy to get up in the morning and reach straight for the vape, or maybe it's a cigarette, maybe it's sit on your phone for the first 45 minutes of your day before you get up and have to do what you have to do. And this is what I'm trying to say. It's when you start building those habits and you start falling into this zombie-like state, because that's what it is. That's what eventually you will turn into, a zombie. You are not going to have any purpose with your life whatsoever. You're not going to have any goals, any drive. You're just going to feel worthless, and you're not going to feel needed. And as humans, we need to feel needed. We need to feel like we're worth something. There is obviously the small minority who don't need to feel like this. And I envy them. There's people in this world that can just go off and do what they want to do and feel how they want to feel, and they don't really care. But I have a strong feeling that the person watching this right now, you don't feel like that. You want to compete. You want to be active within the world, and you want to leave your mark. Now, whether that be positive or negative, I'm not sure. I'd hope it's positive, but you know what? Who am I to judge? Who am I to judge? I will never judge anybody who doesn't get in my own way. That's the way I see it. If you're going off and you're doing your thing, maybe I might not agree with it, but if it doesn't cross paths with me, I'm all for it. If it does get in my way, then I have an issue, because I'm forced to have an issue then. You know, and that's what I try to really focus on. I try to focus on what are my controllables? What am I able to do with myself? And what I'm able to do with myself is I'm able to apply myself. Every single day I wake up, I'm able to give it the best possible go. And it's hard. It's really hard. They won't say that. They won't show you the bad days, because when you get on here and you show your bad days, you're seen as weak, you're seen as vulnerable, and they are all important characteristics of human being. But not a lot of people want to see that. Not a lot of people want to see the bad days. And when it comes to finding your purpose and chasing your dreams, chasing your goals, you're gonna have a lot of bad days. I like to reframe them as bad moments rather than bad days, because if you think about it, you're sleeping for between 6 to 8 hours, so straight away it's not a bad day, because even to sleep for one quarter of it, then you go off, you're gonna have your bad moments that maybe take up to at most 20 minutes, 30 minutes of your day. So bad moments don't really make it a bad day, but you let your brain trick you into thinking that it is. And once you start looking for the badness, that's all you'll see. That's all you'll see. And the thing is, if you didn't have those bad moments, you would not notice any of the other nonchalant or non-enjoyable things that you're seeing throughout your day. It's quite funny when you think about the mentality when it comes to it, but this is what I'm trying to say to you. When you do have your bad moments, when you do have your bad days, whatever you want to call them, your purpose is still waiting. It's still there, and you still have your civic duty to chase them. You need to chase them, and not only for the people around you, but for yourself, because you owe it to yourself to see it through. I always go back to when I was a kid. And when I was a kid, I was extremely happy. I would talk to a wall if it would talk back, and even if the wall didn't talk back, I'd still probably talk to it. And his energy was so pure. Not completely pure. There was a bit of badness in him, there was some anger in him as well. For that, I'm still trying to figure out, because being an angry 5-year-old, 6-year-old, interesting one. But yeah, he had it figured out. He knew what he was about, he knew what he wanted to do, and that was help people. And I still am a firm believer in helping people, but only when you help yourself. And this is why the whole self-improvement idea that I'm doing right now is so perfect, because I get to show people a roadmap on how I got better. In turn, hopefully you can get better. It's a long journey. It's not going to happen tomorrow, next month, next year. But with every day that I wake up and I put my best foot forward and I start putting the odds in my own favor, putting destiny in my own hands, I'll be able to see some serious gains. Mentally, physically, spiritually, everything will start to work out. And it's all well and good to wait for the perfect time. until you realize that there's no such thing as a perfect time. The perfect time does not exist. All you have is right now and this moment. Because this moment, you watching this right now, this is the youngest you will ever be. No matter what age you are, this is the youngest you will ever be. And it comes to a point where you need to really, really sit down and ask yourself, what do I want to do? What do I want to do? And then more so after that, what do I need to do? And I wish I could answer that for you. Because all I know, what I need to do right now is I need to look after myself and I need to get ready. I need to get ready for what life is going to throw at me. Because I see what my peace looks like. I know where I end up. And there's going to be a lot of trials and tribulations before I get there. And I'm okay with it. I've accepted it. I understand that this is the path, this is the journey that I need to go down on. And I'll be better for it. It's not easy. It's quite scary. But as a man, there's a lot of things thrown out these days of what a man should be, what we should do. I feel like a man should face his fears. So the people he cares about and the people that he loves, they don't have to. Because if you bring on your fears and your anxieties to other people, I don't see you as a good man. I don't. Now maybe you've done that without meaning so. It's very easily done. We grow up, our bodies don't forget the bullshit that we went through. Even if we do, our bodies don't. And I think it's on us as men to figure out what is ailing us, what's causing us harm, and push on from it. Let the generational trauma stop with us. Let the BS stop with us. Not easy to do though, not easy to do. But I believe that when you're chasing a dream, you're chasing your purpose, all these flaws, they come rushing to the surface. And then you'll have nothing you can possibly do to avoid them anymore. Hence why I got sober, because I was waking up most days and I was in bits because of my antics from the night before, even though I knew there was reasons why I was doing what I was doing to myself. That's why getting sober for me was such an eye-opening experience, and whether I've enjoyed it or not, I'd probably say I haven't enjoyed it. It's not nice being stuck with your own thoughts and having to deal with your thoughts alone for a lot of the time. But it's important to know yourself, it's important to grow. And this is what we're doing, we're growing. We're chasing a goal, we're chasing a purpose. And I hope that you can chase your purpose, you can find your goal, and from it you become a better person, you understand yourself more, and you can start to give back to the world, even though you don't have to. And that's what I want you to understand as well. You are under no obligation to give back to anybody or anything. These might be morals that you've learned, that you've put within yourself. No one said you had to. So yeah, chase your goals, chase your dreams, do what's best for you, and in turn, life will be better. And I truly hope that whenever you do find your purpose, or you do truly find out what you want to do, don't delay it. Just start it. Just do it. Just go for it. Don't wait. The time is of the essence. There will never be a perfect time. The only time you have is right now. Appreciate you.